Compatibility between two Geminis. You've likely heard this before, but a relationship between two Geminis is a relationship between four people. Gemini is the sign of duality. The twins inevitably has contradictory aspects in his or her personality. Gemini is astrologically associated with the child years, in which the soul breaks free from the cloister of childhood and begins to explore the world. This is also when they start using words to communicate his or her needs, thoughts, and feelings. Gemini has also been frequently associated with adolescence. That's why Geminis seem to be in a perpetual state of self-discovery. They always appear to be on the brink of so many frontiers that few others can keep up with them. There is an air of the ingenuity around both female and male Geminis. Hello Cosmic Fam, welcome to Astrology Experts. In this video series, we've analyzed zodiac sign combinations and their compatibility. Let's find out why some people are drawn to or are magnetized by each other and some just naturally repel. Why is that? Good thing we can always ask the stars. Make sure to watch all the way till the end. Emotions and values. Geminis aren't known as the master communicators of the zodiac for no reason. They have a rare talent for seeing many subjects from multiple perspectives at the same time. To some other, more single-minded like signs like Taurus or Capricorn, this might make them seem like dishonest or at the very least flaky and unsure of themselves. However, the higher expression of this sign encourages living in harmony with the duality that exists inside us all. This can especially be found inside of Gemini. Compatibility rating 9 out of 10. Friendships. When two Geminis meet, they quickly learn they can talk about anything under the sun together, sharing even their most radical thoughts and ideas freely. To others, they may appear to play word games with each other, engaging in a lot of confusing double talk. But two Geminis who like to play many roles and seem to be perpetually hiding from and seeking themselves often feel a sense of homecoming when they become close friends. Finally, there is someone who understands them when they don't even understand themselves half of the time. Compatibility rating 10 out of 10. Relationships. One of Gemini's main challenges in life is to bring their innate duality into harmony before they can effectively relate to others. Polarities exist inside us all, but they're more pronounced for Gemini. For just a few examples, many Geminis feel a split between their innocent child selves and maturing selves. They crave a holistic experience with a lover in which both people share a mind, body, and soul level. At the same time, they hold their emotions back and seek the ultimate freedom. They want to feel safe and secure with a partner, yet they crave danger and excitement. Ideally for them, life will constantly renew itself, including their relationship, which they at least partially expect to be an eternal honeymoon phase. Whether these two can develop and maintain a solid bond often depends on their maturity. The good news is that, although they may move at varying speeds or skitter off in different directions, both Geminis are vibrating at basically the same frequency, which is fast in case you didn't catch that drift. Most other signs simply can't keep up with them as they continuously branch out in new directions. Their perspectives are constantly evolving and becoming more multidimensional. For these reasons and more, Geminis share an emotional empathy that is often the grounding force in their relationship. They allow each other the freedom to travel as far from home as they may wish, but they come back to each other. At the end of the day, they realize that they're the only ones who really understand each other. Relationships. The positive masculine forces burst into the world like a firework in the sign of Aries, and then waned in Taurus, where feminine night forces took over. In Gemini, the positive masculine forces are burning brightly again. However, this time, they illuminate the mind first and the heart second. Aries is driven by feelings, whereas Gemini, the child's soul, is learning to develop critical thought process rather than simply acting on emotion. Still, Geminis share the same impulsivity, spontaneity, and fairy tale idealism that Aries carries throughout their whole lives. Two Geminis will inevitably get caught up in flights of fancy, and it's a beautiful thing to behold. Geminis often move through life like hummingbirds, flitting from one sweet surface to the next, availing themselves of every abundance life has to offer. When they fly freely together, they experience both union and freedom, which is in many ways the essence of true love. However, they need to guard against getting so caught up in dreams that they lose sight of reality. Geminis understand each other on the multiple levels upon which they exist. One part of Gemini understands the same part of the other, but only in fleeting moments do they understand each other as a whole. If you're having trouble keeping up, it's okay. It likely just means that you're not a Gemini. The thing to understand is this: there will be times when two Geminis experience a rare kind of synergy, all their parts working harmoniously with the others, like one giant, well-oiled machine. That's when they're at their most productive and most harmonious. But there will also be times when they feel out of sync with themselves, each other, or both. During these times, it can be tempting for them to escape into their rich, fertile minds and create a fantasy to live in together. Their relationship can be a source of self-identification or a means to escape themselves. Compatibility rating 7 out of 10. Marriage. Successful Gemini relationships require both twins to develop an abundance of patience, tolerance, and commitment. These are the three things most Geminis will admit they struggle with throughout life, or at least they'll admit it part of the time. Yet Geminis have big, vulnerable hearts. If they listen closely enough to break through the shield of mental noise, they'll hear the way theirs beats in time. Because they're usually optimists, and their mutable quality means they move on quickly from even major hurts and problems, they're often motivated to keep pushing forward together. Geminis are usually engaged in constant process of analyzing cold, hard facts and chasing their strong feelings and dreams. If they have enough patience and understanding to develop their own rhythm of doing this alongside each other, they have a chance at a happy marriage. They need to accept that they will be out of sync and hard to pin down at times. This is okay. Each Gemini twins acts as a mirror to the other. In one another, they see themselves, including all of their polarities. For this reason, the Gemini marriage can be extremely intense and complicated. However, it can also be joyful and supportive of growth if both Geminis are at a mature place in their lives. This marriage will probably still happen if one or both Geminis is insecure and unable to deal with emotions, responsibility, and the mundane aspects of reality, such as daily routine. But it likely won't last, and if it does endure, they will become each other's worst enemies when they're really meant to be best friends. Compatibility rating 8 out of 10. Hey stars, let us know what you think of today's video. We'd really love it if you share your experiences to us and everyone watching this. If you're an introvert, even online, that's fine too. You can always privately send and share this to your star peoples. Before we proceed, hit that like button so we'll know that you enjoy watching videos like these from us. Communication. Geminis are master communicators. This can be a blessing and a curse in a relationship between two sets of Gemini twins. Yes, I said two sets, referring to the infamous Gemini duality. It's a blessing when two cerebral Geminis are connected to the heart and using their logic and strong intellect to express themselves honestly. However, Geminis are frequently confused or conflicted and can lack self-awareness. Mercury's rulership gives them with massive intellect, yet so inclines them toward a detachment from their own emotions. If there is too much relating from a mental perspective and not enough sharing from the heart, these two could end up misunderstanding each other terribly. A piece of advice for two Geminis who truly love each other is to give each other space to process things emotionally as well as mentally. Then do your best to speak from the heart. It doesn't have to mean abandoning logic, but it does mean taking risks, which luckily Gemini excels at. Compatibility rating 6 out of 10. Sex and intimacy. Geminis are the Zodiac's role players in and out of bed, but especially in. Mirroring a longer pattern in their relationship, they frequently switch between teacher and student. Gemini is a changeable sign, which often translates literally to the changing of positions. And in some Gemini sexual relationships, the changing of lovers. or even bringing other sexual partners into their marital bedrooms is indicated by this change. However, not all Geminis do this, and those who don't want to needn't. There are already 4 of them, so the sexual relationship often feels as if it's happening between more than just 2 people anyway. It's usually exciting enough to express and relate to the many different sides of their personalities. Sometimes 2 Geminis can be wistfully romantic as the fabled Cinderella chasing true love, but at other times they can be aggressive with each other. The sexual relationship often leans toward the kinky side, as both partners like to think and feel outside the box. Sex between 2 Geminis will probably be mentally stimulating for the rest of their lives, even if they're married for many years. Not many couples can say this, but with the twins, there is likely to be an element of newness added to nearly each encounter. They are in a constant state of exploration and discovery, both of themselves and each other. The one big caveat here is that even Geminis who are in love might become too focused on psychological stimulation and hold back their emotions. This is especially true when one or both partners has not yet learned how to feel comfortable being vulnerable. This can be a real problem. Sex and relationship counseling is a particularly good idea for 2 Geminis facing this problem. As the Zodiac's master communicators, they love to talk and are quite capable of expressing themselves honestly and eloquently in the right setting. Compatibility rating 8 out of 10. Gemini Compatibility Pros. Geminis are generally moving at the same swift, lightning speed. Even when they branch out in different directions or one of them falls behind, their emotional empathy means they usually return to each other. The Gemini mutable quality means that their moods shift frequently. One day, one or both partners can be in a depressive rut, then the next day, the world could open up to them again. Because of their mutable natures, they're often able to lift each other out of the dumps. When they're both struggling, bad times don't last as long as they do with other signs. The only true match for the mercurial Gemini mind is another Gemini mind, except for, perhaps, an Aquarian. Geminis can find something new in every single day. They view their life together as one grand adventure. Gemini Compatibility Cons. Gemini often communicate a lot without saying anything much at all. If they express themselves mentally but not emotionally, this could block their growth together and individually. It's difficult for Geminis to open up emotionally, thus, without vulnerable sharing, even the stimulating circus show of a relationship gets stuck in a rut. Geminis are often great escape artists. They're prone to following each other down rabbit holes. They can get lost there if they lack self-awareness or the ability to deal with reality. Summary of Gemini and Gemini. There is definitely a touch of the mad genius in the sign. The Gemini brilliance is not to be underestimated. 2 Geminis together share a powerful intellect. This can have a major impact on each other and the world around them. The key to a harmonious relationship between them is to each make peace with their own duality. Only then will they be able to relate to each other successfully. However, when they achieve this, friendships and relationships between them can exceed both their wildest fantasies. This is a difficult feat, if there ever was one. Compatibility rating 8 out of 10. We're glad you made it all the way through. You can find your Zodiac compatibility here on this playlist. If you're single and don't want to mingle yet, click that subscribe button and let's work on yourself first. Come visit our website, astrologyexperts.com. Learn about Zodiac Signs and so much more over there. Thanks for watching and see you next time.